All right, a little preview of Lab 4. Clean it up. Build the project. We see in the console that it built just fine. Run configurations. Lab 4, run. Okay, and this is the total number of cycles of basic time units. Let's say 5. M, the number of those units during which we should have the amplifier on. Oop, can't have 9. Let's try 3. Okay, our motor is running. Actually, it looks like it's running backwards because of the aliasing. We'll talk about aliasing later in the course. It's actually turning this way. This way. Great. So that's running. I've got hooked up here an analog output from the amplifier to the amplifier, which is the amp, but I also have a DIO channel, which is a lot cleaner, connected up there with those alligator clamps. Those alligator clamps are connected to channel 1, which is the yellow trace on the screen. I've got 10 milliseconds per time division horizontally. I've got 1 volt per division vertically. I'm triggering on, so the menu for trigger, I'm triggering on channel 1. The digital is a lot cleaner. And I'm triggering at 1.48 volts. That's what repeats this trace when it gets triggered. So yeah, so we can see how much time the signal is on and then how much of it it's off. So 3/5 of it, we see that it's on. 2/5 of it, we see that it's off. And if I come down here and I hit print, it prints the speed. If I hold it, it keeps updating really fast. When I let it go, it stops. So I'm hitting print, seeing the speed. And I'm also gonna hit print while I see the trace on the oscilloscope, and we see that this increases the total amount of time that, the total period. So it's doing the print statement inside the timing loop. So we get a different signal. And it actually speeds up a little bit because the duty cycle's higher. So that's what happens when we hit print. And then we can hit stop. And then the motor stops. If the motor's not stopping, we can trim the trim pot. So there's an amp trim potentiometer right there. I don't know what I did with my screwdriver. Oh, it's in my pocket. There it is. So we can trim the potentiometer. And it will start to go. So when you first plug in the board, the electromechanical subsystem board, it might just start spinning, and you can adjust the potentiometer here. It essentially just zeroes out the current that's supplied. It's supplying very little current, but this motor is very high quality, so even a little bit of current will turn the motor. So that's why we have the trim pot on there. All right, that's just a little preview of what you're gonna do this week in lab. See you next time.